Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of Showtime number 10, Newbie Night, with Highflyer15 and Behemoth, because Dojin is kind of sick. Both, you know why he's sick. You know he's sick, but he is actually, he's really sick now actually. So,
even worse.
oh my god, your chin disappeared again. I will make it reappear. Wow, there we go.
And my beard is dragging it down, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah. In part 1, we went through the Jagdpanther and why it is so awesome. And we even showed a complete game where we actually went out and did amazingly well. Not insanely epic well, but we did very well. I was the quick mobile spotter and tracker, and Behemoth sat back and sniped when he could. And we actually earned second and third spot in the team. And we're now going to take a look at the Ferdinand. And I will, I think I'm just gonna take the Jagdpanther because it has an average penetration of 200. So let's see how often it rolls below and actually can't penetrate the Ferdinand. But of course, if you know where to shoot the Ferdinand, then you. But you're the dude with the stats over on your side, so I don't know if you want to go through them first.
I will go through them very quickly. Well, it has 1200 hit points. It's about average for a TD. The gun on it is really good. It's the same gun for the Jagdpanther 2. It has 490 average damage with a average penetration of 246. So you will most definitely penetrate and damage a lot of tanks in your tiers and even tier 10s. It's not that hard. The hull armor is the best thing on this tank. It's 200 frontal armor, which is the superstructure and the hull. The size and rear are 80mm, which aren't that good, but not that bad either.
No, you can't really expect that much side armor on a great gun TD.
The speed limit and the traverse speed aren't as good as the Jagdpanther or the Jagdpanther 2 because it's way heavier and has far more armor. Well, what else? The view range. It has 370 meters view range, but not that good. Really, a binoculars is recommended for the use on the Ferdinand.
Interesting.
And the gun traverse speed is. The traverse speed of the gun isn't that amazing, but you don't have a lot of room to maneuver with it. So.
It's the same as the Jagdpanther 2, but yeah, it's not as fast, so it can't really turn that fast to get the same new position.
You just can't really scout. You will never scout with a TD unless you're Highflyer15. But
who says he won't scout with it, and then does.
But you should stay a bit at the back. You can be a bit more aggressive with the Ferdinand. That's why I like it more than the Jagdpanther 2, because you can actually bounce some of those shots which enemies will fire at you, which we will see now.
Into the fray of Himmelsdorf. Did you see that the Rock meme? Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is your favorite map? Elhaluf! Himmelsdorf! See if you can find that one. See if you can find it. Find it.
Find it and set it in the chat for the others
to see.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it yourself, then find it as well.
It's really good.
There you go. Nope. Okay. Let's just set this thing into motion, and I'll. Your bloody camera! You have to get
camera again.
Yeah, you have to get many cam as well. But it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Full screen. You can't see them. Haha.
Right now, my top speed is 30 kilometers an hour, which is far less than the Jagdpanther.
Yes. I'm just enjoying life in here, alone.
Hello.
You can't do anything.
There it is, the Ferdinand. Most definitely would have spotted it somewhere.
Yep.
You were running at us. So let's see the first speed, which is slow.
Yeah, let's try and test it together just to show it off. And go.
Let's go.
Yep. And I'm there. So it's actually, compared to how fast this is, it's actually not that slow when you think about it. You will get circled by almost anything, but still, it's not super slow at turning. But yeah, as you can see, as Behemoth talked about, the superstructure is yellow all over the place. The gun is actually green, but nope. I'll bounce.
It's really bouncy on the map. It's
almost like any tank, decent tank. The gun mantle is sloped. I'll just go up on the side so you won't get fooled. It is very sloped actually. So don't even think about shooting there.
Unless you have about 250 penetration.
Unless you're awesome. Yeah. But on the sides, as you can see, yellow, penetrate. But it's only the even though it's yellow, it is with a high probability of bouncing. But since I have 200 penetration, I have a high chance of rolling above the armor that is 200 millimeters. So maybe I'll penetrate, maybe I won't. But since it is very horizontal, there's not much that bounces if it has 200 millimeters, and it's very lucky at rolling. Yeah, high penetration.
In the further you should look at an enemy like this.
I'll try and shoot you.
Counterverse at maximum, and then you can shoot it, but he will very likely bounce.
Hey, bounced. See if I can penetrate up here. Bounced. I would actually be like, what is going on? If I was okay. That is very good. But of course, over here I would penetrate, or will I?
Yep,
I will. As you can see, 1200 HP. It's 400 more, which means that you can take one extra shot from a huge tank. So it's decent. The increase in HP is pretty decent. And down there, also very vertical. So if you have if you can say if you can hide this and be hold down around some buildings and only show the side where I bounced a lot, then that will really help your survivability around corners and against big tanks, since it will bounce. But if you show off this very vertical or horizontal plate, it's very easy to penetrate, and the bottom is very easy to penetrate as well. So let's kill you and get into the same battle, and you'll try and get over to the Death Valley and find a good spot where you can sit and be very annoying. But this only counts when you're up against tanks that are at your own level, or doesn't have that much penetration. You can also look at guns sometimes. If you see the Tiger with the with the gun without the what's it called? The gun muzzle?
Gun muzzle. Yeah.
On the end, yeah. If he has that one, then he won't penetrate you, even if he tried. Because it's... Is it below or is it 200?
It's I think low. A
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, because there's two guns with the gun muzzle on, isn't there? The 200 one and the 225.
The 105 and the latest, the long 88. I think.
Yeah, I think we'll have to check that. But you can see on different tanks if they have their biggest guns. But of course, at a distance, it's a little hard. But the Type 2 is especially easy to tell. And I'm just gonna sit here, and we're gonna look at some faces. Our faces. But yeah, there's a pretty good pile of crap right there, which you could hide behind. Let's see. Coming.
I was stuck behind the rock. Coming to that early in a few moments.
Oh, there he came.
Just speed around the corner so you won't get shot.
Yes. And as you can see, I actually think, I don't know if I shoot this truck, I might do something, but as you can see, I can only really hit the part over there on the left side. I can try and see if I can hit the part on the right, but it's very, very unlikely. I'm gonna shoot this truck just to see if it reveals some of you. See if I can penetrate that part. But I've already tried 3 shots now, and he would have gotten me at least once, so I would be crippled and not really able to do much else in this battle against someone like him. And as you can see, you can shoot if you want to, if you can hit me.
One shot and
ouch.
That is a low damage roll from the Ferdinand.
Yep, and if he hits me with 2 damage rolls like that, then I'm dead. And all I can do is bounce on him. So turning, even though you have something completely horizontal, if you just turn it a little bit, just like side scraping, sometimes you can be at an insane angle and you'll still make the enemy hit your track. And that's the important part about wiggling, which we've talked about in an earlier episode. But in a Ferdinand which has... Okay. Okay, I'll see if I can hit it when you're right at the most vertical. Nope. Bounce. Okay, that looks stupid. If I saw Ferdinand doing that, I would just not shoot at him at all.
Oh, I only do it when I'm reloading. So.
You do that when you reload every time?
Yep. Oh, if I'm with a close quarters combat with a enemy tank, then I just go wiggling. Just it looks really stupid, but then they bounce and they're like, what? Why is this stupid tank that's moving all over the place, bouncing on my shots? It makes no sense whatsoever.
But yeah, that would actually be the only reason, apart from mobility and speed, that you shouldn't go for the Ferdinand. If you think that you can't really do much to penetrate, to penetrate him, or you can't do much to not bounce or to not get penetrated. What am I saying? To not when you're up against bigger tanks, then the Ferdinand is not as bad as some might think it is, because 200mm isn't much at tier 8. It really isn't. But when you're up against something smaller, then you'll bounce so many shells that it's pretty insane actually.
But if you see the Ferdinand, you should always shoot at a lower plate.
Yes.
Shoot at Highflyer?
Always shoot down there.
Because you always have a chance to set the Ferdinand on fire with it.
Ooh.
The engine is actually in the front of the tank. So shooting there will actually work really badly for this Ferdinand.
Bad design. You can shoot me if you want to.
Just going to.
Ah! But yeah, that was the Ferdinand. Very slow. Not very slow. It's not that slow when you when you think about the gun that it has and the armor it has when it's a little bit turned. But yeah, that was part 2, and in part 3 we will be looking at the Jagdpanther 2, which is all about taking what was great from the Jagdpanther and just throwing on a bigger gun and here, play with it. But be careful, it's 1 tier up, so you really have to be careful about what you do and what you... Yeah, but we'll talk about that when we get to the next part. See you in
Yes.
5 minutes.